something I've had a goal of probably since I decided to become an engineer.
Okay.
I was about 16 and decided, do I want to go and build something as an engineer, or do I want to make money as an economist? And so if I go after something, I want to go towards the top, have a good foundation, and everything that I did after that kind of led to this position is the final goal. Getting experience, developing a reputation for quality work and for being trustworthy, and it worked from there, and started 1990. Would say it was to grow it as much as I could. Whatever it ended up as, but we were going to grow. I grew up on the water, Babylon, on the Great South Bay. Water was everything, so I'm still doing water. The hunting and the fishing, the respect for the environment, wanting to improve the environment, the synergy between humanity and the environment, how you live together in harmony, and it's not one against the other. It's how do we make both work. And that's what engineering's all about, how to solve the problem that's in front of us. My wife thought I had a breakdown and went nuts when I 2 weeks before Christmas with 2 young children decided to go out on my own. So that's a little scary. But within 2 weeks before Christmas, I already had a project through another engineering firm with the town of Southampton. So all of a sudden there was a little bit of brightness. And then probably I think around August of 1991, which was the first year, I picked up a $40,000 contract from Weston to do a risk analysis for the Croton landfill. And that was kind of like, oh good, we got a good sized project, this might work. This saw some daylight there where we could have some running room. The first year, I essentially, made as much in the company as I would in salary with the previous firm I was with. So that was good. And the next year, 1992, we were hiring people and moving into an office, a real office space, and I wasn't wearing out the carpet in my living room. When I first started, the environmental industry was in a transition between regulatory-driven, where New York State DEC or EPA would be coming down on an owner and forcing them to clean up a site or to investigate a site. About that time, everyone realized the risk that was involved in a monetary risk towards property owners. So it became less driven by regulation and more driven by risk management for the owners. So all of a sudden we went from a necessary evil to keep the DEC or EPA at bay to a value to the customer, to the client, in minimizing their risk. So there was more ability to get the client to realize your value in the whole process. The big ones, the one that really kind of kicked us into a higher gear was Brookhaven National Lab with the glass holes and animal pits, where we found these areas that they had used for disposing glass and experimental animals and all kinds of stuff. We first were able to identify where these pits were using electromagnetic surveys. And then the next step is we were involved in the cleanup of those pits, which was a big deal. Others, are nice high-profile things that I personally didn't work on very much, but St. Patrick's Cathedral with the geothermal system there, very high-profile. The project at Garvey's Point, again, a very large brownfields redevelopment, taking a blighted area and turning it into a productive area for living and recreation and transportation with the ferry terminal. So those are some of the big ones. And then the resiliency work we've been doing more recently, protecting critical infrastructure from extreme events. I think we can be 200 people and be still focused on Long Island, and more so in the New York metropolitan area. I think we would have projects all over the country, maybe some other smaller offices popping up here and there. This is still basically a personal services industry. We provide quality advice to our clients who trust us, and that's going to remain the same. If they don't trust you, they're not going to use you. So you've got to have that relationship with the client. You've got to have that reputation, brand, that you know what you're doing, and you're going to do the right thing in the long run for the client. Some clients might be short-sighted and think, well, we just get through this and we'll be okay. We try and look at it longer term, and it's not just get this through, you'll be okay. You've got to be okay afterwards. You can't be subject to just criticism because you're doing something that's inappropriate to the environment and the like. So we like to look at things more long term as that's concerned. And I think that's not going to change. How we deliver our product probably will change. Much more technology based. We're doing Zoom meetings, working on how we deliver the product. No longer a sheet of paper gets delivered. It's something that shows up on a computer screen. Construction sites are working off iPads right now, looking at drawings, blowing them up, shrinking them down to look at the whole process. So that's all going to change. Three-dimensional drafting, Revit type of work is going to become more and more prevalent as we work with other stakeholders within the group, other engineers, architects, landscape architects, the like, to provide a full package. Always tell the truth. Is a good thing. Be honest all the time. Provide a quality product to your clients at a reasonable price. It doesn't have to be the lowest price, but it does have to be a reasonable price, and something that they're willing to pay for, and provide them that value. Show them that value is worth it. Yeah, there is a sense of pride. I'm the type of person, I get focused on things, and I don't tend to stand back and look at things. I keep pushing forward, and where do we go from here, and how do we get there? And I'm not the kind of person who looks back all that much and say, oh gee, we've kind of come a long way,
Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
No, I think that's good.